West Tigers, I truly believe that we can make the top 8, but I really do think that we need luck on our side when it comes to the draw. The footy gods have got to come through and give us something great, and today we're breaking down the best, the worst, and the most likely case scenario draw-wise that we get. I've got some hypothetical draws, some notes on those and what that's going to look like, but I want to know what is one game that you're super looking forward to this coming season in 2026. My name's Jordy. Welcome back to NRL Deep Dive. And before we get into today's video, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. And thank you for smashing that like and subscribe button because honestly, what better place to be than in a West Tigers community? Am I right? So, a little technical difficulty here. We'll get the screen up. This is what I think is the best case scenario draw that we get, right? Round 1 is at Leichhardt Oval. This is an easy winner against the Dolphins. I really do think that if we can get a home game right off the bat, you know what? 2 home games, why not? Titans in the second round at Campbelltown at this point. You know, that confidence, that back-to-back home game wins, that is what we need. Now, third round is the Bulldogs. It's at Accor Stadium. It's a short travel day, kind of a Sydney derby, right? When we think kind of home away from home. You're in Sydney. It feels familiar. There's not much travel involved. There's not much toll on the body. This could be a 3-peat win right here. Number 4 is we have another home game. We have 4 home games in a row, whether that's at Leichhardt, whether that's at Campbelltown, whether it's at Accor, aka the second home, right? Like that could be the way that we come off on a 4-peat win, and then the Dragons that win, very easy winnable away trip, and then the Raiders round 6 at Campbelltown. That would just be the absolute cherry on top. That is 5 games in New South Wales, easy money. We would absolutely destroy. Now, round 7, I think this would be the best round for a bye. Honestly, you've played a few games, you've gotten into a bit of a rhythm. The body's still catching up. You know, it's been a big preseason, but we've been playing our younger guys. Round 7 is that bye, because then round 8, we have the Warriors back at home. This is a home after bye, minimal fatigue. Really, this is where it's at, right? Number 9, round 9, we got the Panthers in Penrith. This is our first real test. A great team at their home venue. We've kind of got into our rhythm, figured a lot of crap out. Hopefully, if any dramas come through, it is gone by this point, and we take the cherry on top there. Round 10 is at Campbelltown again, back home again. Again, this is the best case scenario. Wait until we get to the worst, and then what I think will be the most likely. Round 11 is Rabbitohs at Accor, big Sydney clash. 12 is Leichhardt Oval, Friday night blockbuster. 13 is Origin generally, so we've got perfect timing for a great bye. 14, 15, 16, and 17 are going to be local trips or at home games, Campbelltown or Leichhardt. Easy home advantages, 19, 20, 21, 22. We got short away trips. We have some Sydney trips, but we do also have home games against the Doggies. Then this is our final push. We got 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Or really home games other than McDonald Jones Stadium, which is going to be a little manageable away trip. Now, that's best case scenario, right? This is not going to happen. I just thought, why can't a bloke dream, right? This is what I think is going to be worst case scenario. We go to Townsville, the versus the Cowboys. It's a humid hot opener in the north, absolutely wrecked. Then we have to fly to Auckland, massive travel week 2. We don't want that. Then we got to go down to Melbourne, the Amy Park, and then we got to go to Suncorp, the Broncos, and then we finally get our first home game at Leichhardt against the Panthers. But they're premier winners, right? So we got to be really careful there. Round 6, we got Rabbitohs at Accor, which is a short turnaround from probably what's going to be a heavy loss after those nasty few travel weeks. Just being real here, guys. Round 7, Allianz Stadium, just no relief at this point. There is just no surrendering. Round 8 is the Sharks at PointsBet Stadium, another away game, and then we get our first bye. I just think that's way too late. 10, we have Eels at CommBank, away, but still Sydney. 11 is GIO Stadium, a cold Canberra trip. Round 12, we got the Doggies at home, would be a nice little breather, but still a top team, and then just everything that comes with that. 13, we got Cowboys at Campbelltown, short turnaround trip. 14 is Dolphins at Suncorp, another Queensland trip. Titans at Seabus, 3 straight games away from home. That would suck. Storm at Campbelltown, that would be sweet, but it is a top team, and I think we're going to get some sort of home game kind of kind of pattern going, if you will, in our most likely and ideal situation. 17, we got Penrith Panthers. The pain continues, and then we have a round 18 bye, which is just exhausting at that point. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, really just not ideal. We have 3 home games in that, but other than that, we're facing finals races at this point. Then we got Campbelltown, we got Leichhardt, and then we'd finish it off at Amy Park. That is the worst case scenario possible. Let me know what you think would be the worst matchup of this this whole hypothetical draw. Is I really do think it would be round 1 in Townsville. That would just be absolutely shocking. Otherwise, I think it's going to have to be probably the Storm at Campbelltown. I just don't like the sound of that. Here is what I do think is our most likely draw that should be coming out here in the next 1 to 2 weeks. And you know that once it is out, I am giving you the very first breakdown on it. And so make sure you smash that like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you never miss that. But this is the most likely. Round 1, we have the Doggies at home. I think that is something that could definitely happen. If it's not at Leichhardt, it could very well be at Campbelltown. Number 2, round 2, we got the Eels at CommBank. Kind of your Western Sydney Derby, kind of your little rivalry game. We could definitely see that happening. Round 3 is the Raiders at GIO Stadium. This is a kind of an early road test to see how we're doing. We got 2 games plus preseason to get our crap together, to get in a rhythm, to get into the swing of things. Round 4, we got the Titans at Campbelltown. I honestly think being back home after a nice win on the Raiders, that this would be a huge, easy game to win. Then we have our first really hard matchup other than the Raiders, and that is the Penrith Panthers, man. And that would be at Penrith. That would be kind of the game that we would see whether if we tried and true to our preseason schedule, our off-season training, or whether or not we still have a long way to go. Round 6 is Dolphins at Leichhardt. That would be our bounce-back opportunity because let's be real, in the past, we don't really come out on top on those games against Panthers, against Raiders, against Storm, those top-tier teams, those premiership teams, right? Round 7 is the Knights at McDonald Jones. Again, competitive fixture. It's a short travel away, but we could easily do that. And then by our round 8, we have our first bye. That is our kind of mid-season rest, right? That's, I think, a good spot to be. You've got a few home games. You're coming off some of the harder games, and then you're moving into the kind of the mid-tier teams. You got the Dragons at Campbelltown. You got the Broncos at Suncorp, which would be a tough game. You got the Sharks at Leichhardt, which would be absolutely unreal. Then you got the Rabbitohs at Accor, and then you at Origin. You go hard those 4 games. You get a bye. If some of our players get Origin, they're playing. Otherwise, we're all on rest. And then it's 14, 15, 16, 17. We got Warriors at a New Zealand trip. We got Campbelltown game with the Cowboys. Then we have Sea Eagles 4 Pines Park, which is a short away trip, but definitely doable. Panthers at Leichhardt. That's our revenge game, baby. That's when we really show our claws in front of our home crowd. Then we have our bye, which I think having that short stint, those 4 games in between, really would help us come out on top, right? Those are the times that I think we really can show and go hard, and then we know we have a rest coming up because then we're going to finish out 19 through 27. Roosters at Allianz, that's a high-profile clash. We've got Dragons at Win, definitely a winnable game. We got Raiders at Campbelltown. Well, that would be a really good matchup. Titans at Leichhardt, again, favorite late draw that we can get if we can capitalize on that. Eels is CommBank Stadium, which is that local rivalry up against Para. We got round 24 Knights at Leichhardt. That would be a good Sunday Arvo match, sinking a few tinnies. Then round 25, we got Storm at Amy Park. That would be kind of where we go balls to the wall. We finally get back at them on that 64 win, and we destroy them. 26, we got Bulldogs at Campbelltown. I think we can destroy the men who shall remain nameless right at our home game. And then round 27 is Rabbitohs at Accor. That's the prime time closer, baby. We come out on top. We're moving into the finals at that point, and my goodness, does that just make me so freaking pumped. So, what are your thoughts on the most likely scenario when it comes to our draw? Now, from what I've read, from what I've understood, that they're actually using AI this year to create the draw. And so, I'm really intrigued to see what AI does. So, if you use AI, make sure you be talking to the AI gods and say, hey, help the Wests Tigers out, get those home games. Because last year, man, I wanted to see more Leichhardt games. I wanted to see some better matchups and better buy positions. And so I'm really, really hoping that this most likely is the most likely thing that's going to happen. So let me know your thoughts. If you see anything different, if you'd prefer to be away at some games or home at some games, let me know in the comments below. Would love to hear your thoughts and kind of what your dream matchup is going to be this coming season, 2026. I think I've got to go the Tigers and the Doggies. I'm just so pumped to see us put Lockie Galvin in his place and shut him up once and for all. So Tigers fans, it's been bloody real this video. I'll see you in the next one, and take care of yourself. And it's a great bloody day to be a Tigers fan, baby.